It's the Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So when I do not have natural light, a little orange light on the front of the camera goes off when I start recording, and then I know that it restarted. But when I'm outside in the car, on location, wherever I'm going, well then no, it doesn't work that way, because the orange light doesn't turn on, because it doesn't have to, because there's natural light, so then I don't know that it started because I turned off the beeping. So, whose fault is that? I turned the beeping off so I could take pictures of my cat without her knowing, because otherwise she hears the beep and then she squints because she's looking for the flash. So now she doesn't know what I'm doing until the flash comes out, but then it's too late. So I have better pictures of my cat instead of just her looking all Asian like my grandma, which, you know, maybe she is an Asian cat. I don't know. I didn't ask her. So, yesterday I won my third Stanley Keg, in 4 seasons in the Beginner League in Ice Oasis. We scored right away, not as fast as the game before when I scored, but we scored 3 minutes in to make it 1-0. And then that was on my first line, second shift. I was on the second line this game. So my line went out for a second shift, and we scored, made it 2-0. And then we got off the ice, and then they went out, and for like their fourth shift, they gave up a goal to make it 2-1, but then it was right after they went out, so they all stayed out there, and then on the very next, right off the face-off, they scored again to make it 3-1. So it was 3-1 very quickly. With about 7 minutes left in the first period, this guy on the other team, who shouldn't be in Beginner League because he's too good, caught my hand in an armpit fart. Like, I had my glove, and I was reaching with my stick, and then I was trying to get the puck from him, but my hand was up here, and so what happened was he clamped down like that, so I couldn't get my hand out, so I got called for holding. That's how holding works. And even though my glove came off, he didn't see that he had given my hand an armpit fart. He was just like, why is his hand all the way up there? So he called the penalty. And they scored on the power play, which made it 3-2. Then that was it for a while. No one scored in the second period. Maybe at the end of the second, no one scored in the second period. Third period, early on, they scored, tied up 3-3, and they had a lot of the momentum. So they get a penalty called with about 8 minutes left, and what do? Well, they decide to use their timeout. It's a really stupid time for a timeout for a couple of reasons. The main reason was our best line was gassed. We had the puck in their zone for a long time, and we drew a penalty, which is, you know, not as good as scoring a goal, but we drew a penalty. But we were in their zone for so long, sure, they were tired, but we were tired too. So what does that mean? Well, with the timeout, we were able to let our entire first line rest. And so I talked to, I played center last night, I talked to the other center, and I said, hey, you guys stay out there, go about 30 seconds, or if the puck leaves the zone, give it up. And otherwise try to score, because this is your power play. You guys earned it. Let's see you get it. And with the timeout, you're not going to be tired. So they win the face-off. They shoot, don't score. The puck gets cleared. Give them another chance. Pick up the puck, bring it back in, and they score. So the whole thing took about 35 seconds. Now we're up 4-3. And then with about 3 minutes left, we got an insurance goal to make it 5-3. And then at the end, it got very dramatic, because with about a minute and with about 2:40 left, the other center got a penalty called on him, and so then we were in the penalty kill. And then, with about 35 seconds left, we got another penalty called on our other best players. So our 2 best players were in the box, but that's not so bad, because they're really our most offensive players, which means we don't really need them anyway. So it's 5-3, 5-on-3 in a 5-3 game. And with the 73 seconds left, so we put out all 3 defensemen on the penalty kill, even though they were kind of tired. They're defensemen. This is what they're here for. And there were 2 different cases where the puck went into the net, but the official lost sight of the puck and blew the whistle before the puck went in. So what that means is, once the whistle blows, or intent to blow the whistle, the play stops, and those goals didn't count. And that made a big difference in the game. Also, I forgot to mention, about halfway through the first period, one of our 4 defensemen got a game misconduct for calling one of the officials a hoe. So, you know, you can't do that. So they called a lot of penalties. This officiating crew usually doesn't officiate the beginner games, but I guess because it was the Stanley Kick Championship, they decided that they would gave us some more experienced officials, which we just didn't know what to do with. So the whole thing was kind of funny, I suppose. And there you have it. So the final score, 5-3. New season starts next week. The rosters haven't come out yet, but we'll see. We'll see what position I am, or what team I'm on. And that's all the time we have for today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email joel@joelshitshow.com.